In 2024, Nicaragua shocked the world by reviving its long-abandoned $50 billion canal project, one that could challenge Panama's dominance over global shipping routes. Spanning nearly 278 kilometers, this canal promises to connect the Atlantic and Pacific in a whole new way, offering relief from the drought-stricken Panama Canal and rerouting billions in trade. But this isn't just about ships and sea lanes. Behind it lies a battle of superpowers, environmental chaos, and communities on the edge of losing everything. What's really going on and who stands to win or lose? Stick around till the very end, because what's revealed in the final moments might change how you see the future of global power. The Nicaraguan Canal is not a 21st century idea. It goes way back centuries back. Spanish colonizers in the 1500s first imagined slicing through Central America. In the 1800s, during the California Gold Rush, American pioneers used a Nicaraguan route to rush west. And in the 20th century, when Panama got its US-backed canal, Nicaragua's opportunity slipped away again. But the dream never died. In 2013, it nearly became a reality when Chinese billionaire Wang Jing's HK&D group partnered with Ortega to build a canal that would dwarf Panama's. Ground was broken, maps were drawn, but by 2015, the plan crumbled, crushed by economic downturns, protests, and a disappearing investor. Now, nearly a decade later, that dream has been dusted off once again. There's no hiding it. China is at the heart of this revival. As part of its Belt and Road Initiative, China has been sinking its teeth into infrastructure projects around the globe, and Nicaragua could be its next trophy. Ortega's new plan wasn't just a national announcement, it was an open invitation to Chinese investors. With increasing US scrutiny in Panama and South America, China sees Nicaragua as a gateway into Latin America's core, owning or controlling a trade route that rivals the Panama Canal. That's not just strategic, it's a masterstroke. It's no longer about digging a canal, it's about digging deeper into the global power grid. If you're thinking this sounds too good to be true, you're not alone. Environmentalists have been among the loudest and most persistent voices against the canal project. Back in 2014, the original plan sparked global outrage for putting Lake Nicaragua, one of the largest freshwater lakes in Latin America, at serious risk. That lake provides drinking water, irrigation, and ecological balance for millions. The updated 2024 plan avoids the lake, but many argue it's not enough. The new route still cuts through dense tropical rainforests, protected wetlands, and fragile wildlife corridors that are home to countless species found nowhere else on Earth. Jaguars, rare birds, amphibians, entire ecosystems could be disrupted or destroyed. Beyond biodiversity, there's concern over water systems being diverted or contaminated during construction. Forests that help stabilize climate patterns across Central America may be cleared to make way for machinery. And while the Nicaraguan government claims this version of the canal is greener, scientists and watchdog groups remain skeptical. Because at the end of the day, can you really carve a 278-kilometer trench through untouched wilderness and expect nature to walk away unharmed? And it's not just the forests that are fighting back. The people living near the planned canal path have their own reasons to fear what's coming. During the first attempt at the project in 2014, over 100,000 Nicaraguans faced potential displacement, most of them small farmers, fishermen, and indigenous communities who had lived on the land for generations. Even now, with a new proposed route, many locals say the canal still threatens their homes and livelihoods. They've heard government promises before. They remember the land seizures, the lack of consultation, the sudden legal decrees that stripped them of property rights. One of the most vocal leaders in this resistance has been Francisca Ramirez, a farmer turned activist who's become a powerful symbol of the movement. Her grassroots efforts helped bring global attention to the people being silenced in their own country. For those communities, this isn't about development, it's about survival. They view the canal as a foreign-led mega project that benefits outside powers, while local people are left to sacrifice. It's not progress, they argue, if it means erasing entire ways of life. For them, the land isn't just where they live, it's who they are, and they won't give it up without a fight. Zoom out, and the canal becomes more than just a construction project, it's a strategic fault line. The United States has long considered Central America part of its sphere of influence. For China to step in and build a direct rival to the Panama Canal, right in America's backyard, that's more than competition, it's a challenge. The US held control of the Panama Canal for nearly a century and still maintains deep economic ties there, so when Nicaragua opened its arms to Chinese investors, alarms rang in Washington. In recent months, the US has boosted military cooperation with Panama and issued warnings about China's growing influence in Latin America. China, on the other hand, views this canal as a natural extension of its Belt and Road Initiative. A new maritime gateway could give it enormous leverage in the region both economically and politically. Some analysts even suggest Nicaragua is becoming a stage for a new kind of Cold War, fought not with soldiers, but with contracts, ports, and trade routes. Every move from here will be watched and measured by the world's biggest powers. Now let's talk numbers, the kind that can kill a dream before the first shovel hits the ground. The canal's projected cost is $50 billion. That's more than triple Nicaragua's entire annual GDP. Back in 2013, Chinese billionaire Wang Jing tried to bring the dream to life. His company HKND Group broke ground and made bold promises. But by 2015, after his personal fortune collapsed, the project stalled, funding vanished, and the canal was quietly buried. Now in 2024, the Ortega government is once again seeking investment. There are whispers of interest from Chinese state-backed banks, but nothing has been confirmed. Financial institutions are cautious. Investors worry about political risk, environmental pushback, and the raw logistics of carving a canal through forests and mountains. Critics warn it could become a white elephant, an unfinished monument to ambition that never delivered. But supporters argue that big risks bring big rewards, and this might be Nicaragua's shot to leap into global relevance. One thing's certain, without firm backing, this canal could sink before it ever sets sail. If somehow the canal gets built, if the money comes, if nature holds, if politics doesn't break it, it could change everything. Global trade would gain a second powerful artery. The Panama Canal, already strained by droughts and congestion, would finally have competition that could lower shipping costs, shift port development across the Americas, and give shipping giants new choices. Nicaragua, once on the sidelines of global commerce, could find itself at the center, but these are all ifs. The road or river rather to that future is long, expensive, and fragile. Every benefit comes with a risk, every hope a shadow. So what do we make of all this? Is Nicaragua about to break ground on the most transformative project in modern trade history? Or is this a repeat of an expensive dream that ended in silence last time? What's different now? Maybe it's the global tension. Maybe it's the rising Chinese ambition. Maybe it's just the scale of what's at stake. One thing's for sure, if this canal ever becomes reality, the balance of power, trade, and even environmental ethics will shift. And that makes this not just a national story, but a global one. Do you think the canal will be built this time? Will it help or hurt the people living near it? Could it really change world trade forever? Let's talk about it in the comments. And if this story got you thinking, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone curious, and subscribe to the channel for more bold, untold global stories. Hit that bell icon so you never miss what's coming next, because what happens next might just surprise the world.